Welcome to that football show here on YouTube, the YouTube channel for all things football. I'm Stanley, and after the success of the previous 2 weeks in terms of the video, doing a fairly decent in terms of views, not necessarily in terms of my results predictions, but hey, I'm come back for match day 11, so let's get on to the Saturday kickoffs. 12:30, Bournemouth vs Manchester United. Bournemouth come to this game after a 0-0 draw with Watford. Manchester United come into this game after a 3-1 win away to Norwich, which could have been 5-1 if they knew how to take penalties. Rashford and Martial. Martial, you did make amends with that one later on. I'm going to go for 2-1 for Manchester United because I think it might be controversial because we might question Manchester United's away form, but they seem to have put up their ideas in terms of form in general in the last couple of weeks. So, although Bournemouth are normally fairly decent at home, I don't know, I just got a feeling that Manchester United will nick a result out at Dean Court. Down to 3 o'clock kickoffs, Arsenal versus Wolves. You look at the Arsenal game last week, and obviously they drew to Palace, but the game's remembered for the whole Granit Xhaka incident where he swore and he left the pitch and stuff after the Arsenal fan booing, and then some of them ironically cheering the substitution. I think my thoughts on the situation is it's wrong for him to swear. Obviously there's fans on the ground, there's fans watching worldwide of different ages, so it's not a good impression to make. But Arsenal fans for years have said that they feel like the players don't care, and Granit Xhaka has just shown that he cares. Like, it might not be your choice for captain, or you might pick someone else, but he's shown that he cares for the shirt, and that's all you've wanted for years, and then you give him this stick, and it doesn't matter how much he's paid, he shouldn't be getting abused like that. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks with Emery's decision whether to keep him as captain or not, but it's going to have a negative impact on the club. I'm going to go, obviously Wolves last week drew 1-0 at Newcastle, lucky to get the result in one aspect. Although they did dominate the play, they got a lucky goal after Dubravka dropped the ball in front of Johnny, so I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw there. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Aston Villa last week they lost 3-0 against Manchester City. They did very well. They drew 0-0 at half time, but in the second half City went up the gears and won 3-0. I think Tyrone Mings won't be at Aston Villa for very long because he's been quality this season, and it won't be long before top 6 clubs scoops him up, I think, especially with his England exploits and his England debut doing very, very well. Liverpool comes to this game after a 2-1 win against Tottenham last week. They're behind in the first minute, but they rallied in the second half, and they could have been 2-0 down early on, so but they rallied with very rare goal from Jordan Henderson to equalise. Then Mo Salah scored, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Brighton versus Norwich City. Brighton got 3-1 against Everton in a topsy-turvy game last week. They got a controversial penalty in that game, but for me it was a penalty. When Connolly was stepped on the foot, it's a foul. It's impeded his run, so it's a penalty. They won 3-2 there, and I think they performed better than Everton. Norwich obviously lost to Manchester United 3-1. Didn't perform that well. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Brighton. Manchester City versus Southampton. They played each other in the Carabao Cup in the league, and Manchester City's young side, sprinkled with a few senior players like Otamendi and Alguero, won 3-1 against Southampton. I think the City having their strongest lineup out this game, they're going to win 4-0, especially with Southampton last week falling apart and getting demolished 9-0 by Leicester City at St Mary's in what was an awful game. They could complain about the red card, but really it was a red card. VAR were right to give the red card to Bertrand because it was stood up and it was high. So yeah, 9-0 to Leicester, and I think City will win this one 4-0. Sheffield United Burnley, another result that I got right last week, along with the Liverpool Tottenham score, was Sheffield United to draw 1-1 away to West Ham. I think Sheffield United have got great home form at the moment. Burnley obviously lost 4-2 last week, but they did score 2 great goals from Rodriguez and McNeil, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw because I think Sheffield United's home form is pretty solid, and I think both sides will pretty much cancel each other out. We'll get a goal, but 1-1. West Ham versus Newcastle, as I said, West Ham drew 1-1 with Sheffield United last week. They could have won the game with the chances they had, but they didn't take them. Sheffield United played very, very well, other than obviously West Ham having a few chances. They were quite... Newcastle obviously drew 1-1 with Wolves, and that error from Dubravka cost them the 3 points, but their away form was poor, so I'm going 2-1 West Ham. Watford versus Chelsea. Watford bottom of the table, did well to get a draw against Bournemouth last week, who have a tactically astute manager in Eddie Howe. Chelsea won 4-2 away to Burnley. They turned on the style. The youngsters played very well. Pulisic getting the hat-trick, and Willian adding the finishing touch that game. Obviously they fell asleep a little bit, switched off a little bit, but with the naivety of the youngsters and Burnley got 2 very good goals and they won 4-2. I'm going to go 3-1 win for Chelsea onto the Super Sunday. Crystal Palace and Leicester. Crystal Palace, obviously, as I touched on, did very well to get the result against Emirates last week against Arsenal. And Leicester got that record Premier League away win 9-0. They've been performing consistently well this season. I think some people might say, oh, well, why won't you pick a draw in this one? Because Palace did well last week and Leicester as well. Well, the fact is, Leicester, for me, have got better players in every position than Palace. No disrespect to Palace, but Leicester tactically, Rodgers has got things right tactically so far for Leicester this season. I can see they're possibly breaking into top 4, so I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Leicester. Everton versus Spurs, the last game of the weekend. Spurs 2 trips to Merseyside in the space of a week, and obviously they did okay last week. They scored early on, but then they went defensive and tried to catch Liverpool on the counter attack. And in the second half, obviously Liverpool managed to break Spurs down twice with Henderson's goal and then winning the penalty after OIA had a nightmare. And Roy Keane in post-match interview called him and Rose dummy because he thought that they're not good enough to play for Tottenham and they were awful. Positionally wise and defensively wise, which I think might have been a little bit harsh, but they didn't perform well. Everton obviously fell apart against Brighton last week, and I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's rumours of Mark Hughes potentially getting the manager's job, which I don't know if there's any truth in that. But, and then there's obviously the rumours of Bramley Moore. Is it going to happen, or are they going to take another site in Kirby? And all that stuff behind the scenes isn't helping. And then the question marks on Marco Silva isn't helping at Everton. I think defensively they're poor. I think if Spurs come out and attack Everton, they'll win this game, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Tottenham Hotspur. That's been my previews for Matchday 11. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you all very soon.